Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Happy birthday, bitch. Happy birthday, bitch. Hey, hey, hey. Happy birthday, Gemini. Hoo-doo. It's also the third Gemini season of my channel. I started this channel in Gemini season of 2022, and this is the third Gemini season. So it's giving birthday vibes, anniversary vibes, and I always have like a special connection with you guys because of that. But you know what? It's your girl JV. High Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Gemini season 2022, there's a lot of notes, so buckle up, get your popcorn, hydrate. I didn't even bring my fucking water. Oh, goodness. And that makes sense because when I leaned into your energy, Gemini, it was all fucking over the place. The shit was all over the place. I got like a lot of a lot of work done, and I got like a lot of studying done. Then I made a shirt. And then I weed whacked the backyard. And then it was just like all over the place. And there was a lot of procrastination to get to this. So you may be dealing with a lot of procrastination while your ruling planet, Mercury, is in retrograde. I can't do this without my water. So we're going to have to pause. All right, my little breezes. Old Gemini breezes. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For daily content, check out TikTok at justjeverything. Instasham at justj_everything. I only have one fucking account. Do not ask me. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Hydrate, light it if you got it. I rolled a freshie for our birthday anniversary situation we got going on. It's a lot better. Now I've got practice with the nails. It's a lot better. So I'm going to do my best to not be long-winded, and that is something that you're going to have to like really try to work on as well. Is not like over talking, over giving, over sharing, overextending. I feel like there is a little bit of verbal regulation that's happening, and that just came through. I like that for you guys. Now on May 20th, Gemini, you get the sun, babe, and there is definitely a highlight on interaction, your social life, your thought life. I feel like an upgrade in problem solving or an upgrade in communication by way of all of these tests that are going to be coming because of the Mercury retrograde. I feel like that's how it's manifesting, is by way of tests. What have you learned about communication thus far? What have you learned, and are you able to apply it in real time in practice? We kick off your season with your ruler in Gemini. Your ruler in retrograde. We kick off your season with your ruler in retrograde in your sign, Gemini. And you will get a boost, but be slower to reach for your gift of gab than you usually are. I feel like, it's very say less. It's very observe more. I know that we've been saying that a lot, but I feel like that's something that's just coming through with now that we're back in the retrogrades. On May 22nd, Mercury is going to retrograde back into Taurus, and there is this redoing energy, rethinking and reworking, especially whatever is in the realm of mine or whatever you have. Taurus is the sign of I have your just getting out of Taurus season. So I do feel like there could be some ideas or things that came in, especially in regards to money, in regards to your work ethic, that things are going to need to be revisited. So let yourself do that and don't make actions in haste. Because, and I bring that up, the haste part, because on May 24th, Mars goes into Aries. And unless you really trust yourself, don't do it. Don't act in haste. I feel like you may just get lit the fuck up with this boost, and it's just like a boost that you may want but not necessarily need. I feel like no big sudden moves until after Mercury, your ruling planet, is direct. So that is after June 3rd. No big moves, boo. I'm sorry. Because you're going to want to, and I'm saying sorry because you're going to want to. And Mars in Aries is ignition. On May 30th, we have the new moon in Gemini and in your sign, babe. So this is a great time to tap in, to slow down, to tap into what new seeds in the realm of your mind you're wanting to plant, what needs to be updated in regards to your ability to communicate, your ability to interact, your ability to relate to others, what's healed. What is to be healed within your communication style? What is to be healed within your ability to connect versus attach? Really, like, what's to be healed with your attachment style? Do you know the difference between connection and attachment? And do you know how to, like, operate and navigate those? You know, of course you know how to, but it could be like kind of, they're just updates that I feel like are needed, and that's going to manifest differently for all of you. On June 3rd, Mercury goes direct in Taurus, and so there's that do-over kind of energy that's coming through, especially in the realm of make sure it makes sense. Sense change and like sense logic. Make sure it makes sense. On June 13th, Mercury returns back into your sign, is home again, and this feels like the big time, like all systems go for you. And you really being able to release the reins. Nice. I was just about to say, you being able to release the reins, it's just in time because the next day we have that full moon in Sagittarius, which is your shadow sign. And this temperance, temperance card coming up, it's a Sagittarius card, and then the Seven of Cups. So there's definitely an exploration of the subconscious, an exploration of like what has a hold on you, what's tugging on you. There may be a lot of emotional doors open. You may be recovering from a lot of emotional doors, recovering from a lot of confusion, maybe recovering from someone with Gemini. I wasn't going to say that, but maybe someone with Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements. I feel like that full moon in Sagittarius is really a time for you guys to get real and acknowledge the fact that you require a certain level of freedom of choice, a certain level of freedom of thought, of action, and a certain level of freedom of mental stimulation. And that really is going to speak to who you're partnered with, who you choose to partner with in the future, who you build, business and romantic connections with is specifically. Because make sure you're like, there's something about, I feel like maturing, maybe you may be growing up in some sort of way is how that feels. But I do feel like your level of mental stimulation, or like the amount of stimulation that you require, is going to be shifting, or being able to receive what you're needing from not so many people, possibly. Sorry, Virgo burned me. You're like so long ago, and so I don't like this angle. But Gemini, let's do that thing that we do where we enter your lungs and then empty them. Just try to relax. Happy birthday. It's your season. Get comfortable. Take as many deep breaths and Heavy exhales as you need. Because we are welcoming in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Gemini season 2022, calling on our benevolent ancestors, on Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Gemini season 2022. I feel like you find like there's like this new efficiency with your words. Some of you may like understand or start to appreciate saying more by way of saying less. Wow, the Emperor is the first card out. Wow, Gemini. All right, so there may be somebody with Aries or Scorpio placements really showing up strongly. But ultimately, first card out to be clarified on the Selenite throne, Gemini, what is your relationship to authority, to discipline, and structure? And it's interesting that this is the first thing that comes out. Because when I was leaning into your energy, I said it was scattered as fuck, right? It just felt like you got to get your routine down, or you've got to figure out some relationship to routine, to structure. And I know that routine may be like a 4-letter word for you guys, but there is something about allowing yourself to appreciate the benefits that come with order, having some fucking order in your life. Really allowing yourself to be organized, to be aspirational. 4 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so there's definitely somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sag. This is Sun in Aries, so definitely an Aries is around, or coming in or coming to visit, maybe Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This also could be themes of the father. What's going on with your relationship to authority, Gemini? What's going on with your relationship to discipline, to being able to do it for yourself, to I feel like also calling on your most reliable friends, calling on the people that you may have to be showing up and being reliable. I feel like also structure. There's like a new foundation available to you. 2 4s. It was 4. The Emperor is the Aries card, and it is number 4 in the major arcana, and then the 4 of Wands was on the bottom of the deck. So 2 4s immediately says that there are going to be some shifts and upgrades to your structure, to your foundation, to maybe even your 4 walls. I hear some of you may be investing more in maybe moving or traveling, or redecorating your home, revamping or really rethinking your workspace, rethinking your entrepreneurial pursuits. I feel like this is a great time while Mercury is retrograde to really, it's like take it, what is the next level after brainstorm for you? Like giving yourself an actual plan or a business plan, or like a to-do list as far as like what needs to be launched. I also feel like primal breath work is good for you guys. Doing some sort of breath work in general would be really medicinal. Some of you need to stop smoking so much, maybe need to start smoking less, or at least better quality, whatever it is that you're doing. Let's just feel it. Let's feel what comes through. And it's interesting that I'm going to feeling because you guys are the sign of I think. And so there may be a need to balance what you think between what like spirit and what spirit is leading you to do. And Mars and Aries, I feel like I didn't put that in a lot of the signs, but maybe I should, because I do feel like Mars returning home into Aries is going to be very impactful for everybody, and you just may be really like ready to go, ready to initiate, ready to start. But I feel like there is this update also in figuring out who you are. Like some of you have a new access to a brand new understanding of who you are, how you, and what's appropriate for you to have. So now you're thinking really appropriate thoughts. Really death reversed. Wow, definitely. It's funny I said an Aries and or a Scorpio. There may be somebody with, some of you have you're avoiding some big change. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. There could be some sort of scarcity mentality, a lack mentality, really clinging to old ways. There is another 4. There's definitely stuff going on with like, what are you holding on to? What habits are you holding on to? What's going on with your health? What habits will improve your health? I feel like getting more physically active is very important. You need to be breathing better air, maybe changing out the air filter in your car, changing out the air filter in your house, getting out like above the smog or getting out in fresh air. I feel like would be really, really beneficial for you. Moving your physical body, accessing physical activity, or doing, like, there's a lot of stimulation coming into you by way of you moving your body and changing some habits. The Death card reversed feels like there's some profound shit that needs to end that you are avoiding. You know what you need to be done with. You know what you're doing too much of. You know who you need to stop talking to. You know who you need to stop fucking. You already know what you need to do. You're just avoiding doing it because of the scary change. And if you don't take heed to this warning and just end what you need to end, then you're just welcoming in more strife and chaos. You're just welcoming in the divine, like, asking basically for an opportunity for the divine to just like knock you upside your head. That's really what this is. And if you want to be hard-headed, boo, be hard-headed. That's cool, because that's what it feels like. There's something coming through about like being hard-headed about something. There may be somebody with, being hard-headed with you. A really like clashing of the minds, clashing of the hearts. I just heard war of the heart. Love after war, make love, not war. You may be really grieving or grieving a father, grieving a relationship with your, maybe a mentor or a boss or someone who is in authority to you. There could be just like retroactive grief. This could also be like stuff that you guys, like, you may have gone through something traumatic in some sort of way and been able to compartmentalize it so well that you're not feeling it until this season. You're not feeling it. Some of you really miss your dad for your birthday. Some of you really miss this Aries, really miss this Scorpio, or really miss the way that these people used to do, X, Y, Z. Page of Wands reverse, and then the King of Wands. Whoa. So the Page of Wands being reversed, being in the center of the reading, says that there is a brand new relationship that you are initiating with yourself, and it's going to be happening by force. Or there's a brand new relationship with a child, or definitely someone with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements is coming up. There's definitely this shift in your connection to your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. The divine is coming in saying it's time for you to really start leaning into your originality and being able to take a risk on yourself. It's giving full energy. It's giving confidence. You need to be, once you stop fighting the fact that maybe you don't want to be in this relationship, or maybe you don't want to be in this career anymore, or maybe you don't want to have these friends anymore, or maybe you don't want to be a parent, maybe you don't want to be a mom or a dad or a wife or a husband or a spouse, or maybe you don't, whatever it is, it's like the divine is coming out to say, hey, it's time to put you first, or else I feel like there's going to be some physical repercussions. And I don't say that to be like cryptic or fear-mongering with you. I often do not say that, but this feels like repressed emotions are how physical ailments manifest in the body. And that's what this feels like. If you don't stop repressing whatever the fuck this is, whatever these emotions are, if you don't stop putting this shit off, it can absolutely start draining your physical vitality. It can start affecting your physical energy. And so it's time to, Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. It's time to get back on that quest of love, babe. It's time to start reconnecting to your passion. Some of y'all, it's like, I just heard reconnecting to your player, and then I heard, I don't want to be a player no more. I ain't a player, I just crush a lot. Some of you, and that's what I think was coming through. What did I write? Freedom of mental stimulation. Some of y'all are just like, I love this relationship, or I love this job, but I also am really like I need something else, or I'm low-key kind of bored, or I need the freedom of, some of you may be needing to explore polyamory in your relationship, needing to revamp the bounds or the boundaries or the limits or restrictions of your relationship. Some of you are thinking about maybe opening up your relationship or closing your relationship. There are definitely just shifts in maybe your sexual connection, who you want to have sex with. I feel like someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements is possibly putting in work. To go from the Page of Wands reverse to the King of Wands, I feel like someone is like, either you're really wanting someone to be close to you, someone maybe showing up and being like wifey husband material possibly, or you finally have found someone or really like are ready to be that to someone. All right, Gemini. Okay. I also feel like there is some traveling, maybe somewhere with red rocks. There's 3 cards that have red rocks indicated in them. So maybe going out to Utah, Arizona, or southern Utah, like Nevada even, New Mexico possibly, somewhere with like red clay, red dirt, but I also feel like there's a lot of mountains indicated, so some of you may be going to the mountains. Some of you, I feel like there's a lot of romance possibly available to you. Some of you are really like, there's a lot of closure also available to you. This is going to be a juicy plunge. Damn, Gemini, when I just cut the deck, the Lovers reversed and the 10 of Cups. Some of y'all are breaking up. I'm sorry. Some of y'all want more. Some of y'all have been through a breakup and are finally finding that person, or finally finding someone that like sparks something new in you. But I feel like you finally are done not being like as stimulated as you want to be. And I know it's interesting that it's weird. This is all fire. Even the Scorpio card is half Mars. You know what I mean? Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. And so there's definitely a big shift in your energy when Mars goes into Aries. Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn right now. And so I feel like that's probably why a lot of like things are coming to light. Secrets are being exposed. Desires are being exposed. And some of you are finally like able to articulate your real desires to yourself. And some of you, that desire is, I don't want to be in this relationship. I want to be with this person. Some of you, it's, I don't want to do this job anymore. I want to work for myself. Or I've been working for myself, but I haven't been doing what I needed to do. So now I'm really ready to like get my shit together and do what I need to do and really break free from like the mold, break free from the old way I used to do things. It's like no longer it's just like unleashed. That's how this feels. That may be the video. Actually, I don't feel like it's unleashed, because it's like your passion is unleashed, but by way of your passion unleashing, it looks like there's structure enforced. There's law, there's order, there's a routine, there's like, and just because the King of Wands is, just because there's this, I can't lose this thought. It's like, just because there's this, new passion or new way of doing it, it doesn't mean that you don't have to like be an adult about it or like really grow the fuck up about it and make sure that your choices reflect your trajectory. Now with the King of Wands, with any king comes a calcification of their suit. So the King of Wands is often envious of the Knight of Wands because the freedom that the Knight of Wands has to just be in motion and be in battle. The King of Wands has taken on enough responsibility as to where he has to delegate you know, a lot of his duties, or he has, you know, now leveled up in such a way that he has assistants and has knights, and, you know, but the emperor collects kings. So I do feel like some of y'all are showing up, like, you may, like, there may be kind of like a rev ramp, like, start, stop, like, lots of, like, stop and go energy. Sorry, my boo bitches. I gotta do what I gotta do. And so there is something about, like, authenticity, I feel like, coming through as well. Final card, final message. Goodness, for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Deep breath. Final card, final message, please. King of Cups reversed with Justice on the bottom of the deck. All fire and water. Both Scorpio cards. Possibly Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but both of these are Scorpio cards, and they're both reversed. So some of you, there's definitely some sort of, like, choosing game or dating game, or you may have options. Some of you may be really dating around, and I feel like there's someone that is, like, obviously on a different level than the others. I just heard plies. I exposed her to real, and now she hates lame. And that's what it's like. There may be an emperor, an empress, someone coming in really showing you, like, exposing you to real. Justice, Queen of Wands, Chariot, and then the Six of Cups, which is a Scorpio card, and then the Two of Cups. For some of y'all, you have really deep feelings for someone, possibly with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, specifically Scorpio placements, and they may be coming around putting in work, or you may be just really figuring out who you want to give love to, who you want to receive love from, who you want to, who you want to have these deep, intense, like, romantic exchanges with. There's opportunity for romantic exchange, and you may really be halting yourself or stopping yourself in some way, and it's going to create a lot of confusion for you because you're not acting authentically. There may be something that you want, and someone is preventing you from receiving what you want or having what you want, and it's going to make you resentful if you don't allow yourself to be authentic about it. And Justice at the bottom of the deck says karma is really at play here. It's time for, you know, important decisions are going to be made. And also, I feel like some of you have felt wronged. Like, in whatever injustice has been present in your life, the divine's really conspiring to make things right, Gemini. It just has to do with, like, your next karmic cycle has a lot to do with the choices that you make. And the choices that you make during your birthday season are going to have long-lasting ramifications. And so it's important for you to figure out which side of, you know, which side of things you want to be on, where you want to be. Ooh, I just heard Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be. Ooh, that was interesting. And this looks juicy. Let's get into it. Y'all always up to some shit, man. Let's see. All right, Gemini, let's get into it. I want to start by pointing out 2 major arcana, 3 court cards. So, I mean, true to your nature and your season, there's definitely a lot of people around, a lot of people that you're communicating with, a lot of emails, texts, but also, like, intense connections and, like, interactions that are interesting, and things that you're maybe anticipating or, like, really looking forward to. With the Emperor being the first card out, please clarify the Emperor for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini season 2022. With the Emperor being the first card out, it's time to make order of the chaos, babe. It's like, where do you need clear-cut rules and boundaries? It's time to put a stop to the fucking chaos. And there may be someone coming in showing you the way, someone inspiring that change in you, possibly. I feel like you may be a good teacher or a good coach or a good boss or dad or a counselor or a good friend. And if not you, there may be someone coming in who is like that. I feel like it's a good time to pass on knowledge or experience, maybe help train other people, help so that they can assist you, or asking for an assistant possibly, or asking for the help that you need, or creating the situation or the independence that you want for yourself. It's just time to bring more structure and stability to your life, and by using some, like, you know, rational thought and wisdom. Like, I just feel like you may be like accidentally seeking out to create chaos because you're not listening to some of your intuition or listening to some advice from some wise people. It's just time to, like, whatever you come up against, it's time to break things down into parts. That's why I feel like lists would be really good for you. Just like stick to the plan. See the shit until the end. All right, please clarify the Emperor. Come on. It's also this father figure or authority figure. It may be hard to talk about them, or they may not be very talkative. Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of choice that you want to make, that I feel like you're holding yourself back from being honest about what you really want. Or there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements coming in or traveling towards you or supporting you or trying to support you possibly, and you just are not letting yourself take the road less traveled. You may go into, you know, hermit mode trying to avoid making choices, and I just feel like that's going to end up backfiring on you in the long run. There's some good passion and connection coming through here, Gemini, and it's time to just, like, you know, be honest about what you want. Please clarify the Death card reverse, because I do feel like some of you, like, you're, I don't know, like, I mean, I know it's just different for all of you, but it's like you're done being alone, done being in hermit mode, done isolating yourself. But in order to make that change, you've got to stop refusing to accept that something is over. You may be really falling prey to, like, worry or fear or confusion, like resisting your own transformation, resisting this metamorphosis that clearly wants to come in. And I feel like it's in the realm of your passion, your spirit, your emotions, and your social interactions. I just feel like you need, you know, like, you may not be being honest with yourself about how much you need people, or how much you need out of a partner, or out of a person, or out of, like, how much you need or require to be stimulated. Yeah, some of you are stuck. You just straight up feel stuck. You may be feeling guilty about the fact that you want to leave something or end something. There may be a certain level of shame or embarrassment or, like, deep-rooted guilt in this. But why do you keep feeling guilty for doing what you want to do? Why do you feel guilty for putting yourself first? Why do you feel guilty for, you know what I mean? And nice, the star coming out, there's some, like, deep healing that needs to happen in regards to that. There's something that you're really wanting coming in. And are you going to stay stuck, or are you going to reach for the stars? What are you going to do? It's just like, there's something that I feel like you should have been done with by now. You should have been started this healing process already, but you keep putting this off, and it's therefore putting off what you actually want. You are prolonging the process of you being divinely guided to what you actually want, because some of you just want to be hard-headed. Okay. And also, that's not, if I say a lot of you, but flip it. If it's not you being hard-headed, it may be somebody else. someone that you can't let go of, or someone that you really want, someone that, or something that you really want, and you just got to be honest about what is or isn't working anymore. Please clarify the Page of Wands reverse. There's you know, and the thing is like, if you don't start being honest about it, you're gonna start being the toxic one, Gemini. You may be a bully. Yep. Because if you don't are honest about it, and I feel like that full moon in Scorpio, that new moon, that full moon in, or that full moon lunar, excuse me, Mercury retrograde. That full moon total lunar eclipse in Scorpio back in Taurus season is still going to impact something that manifests in your season, in Gemini season. But this also, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be very, very important for you. It's happening in your shadow. And so there's a lot of secrets, a lot of things coming to light. Just things have not, something is not as it seems. And if you're not, I feel like if you're not honest with yourself about what you feel, you're going to create an illusion or lie or do something that you may regret, or that feels like icky to you possibly. Some of you also may get like bad news, or like you try to maybe break up or walk out and someone may not take it well. You also may get some news that you're just involved in something that isn't right for you. A bad project or a bad relationship or a bad friendship in some sort of way. Maybe someone with kids or needs to focus on their kids more than need to focus on their relationship with you. Some of you, like, you don't want to play stepdad. You don't want to play that anymore. Wow. You want to really initiate a new relationship with yourself and be honest about the fact that you're done hiding. It's time to stop hiding. Whatever you're hiding from, Gemini, it's going to come to light. What's done in the dark comes to light. It will be revealed. So you might as well be honest about what you really need. Please clarify the King of Wands. Goodness. Because that just feels like there's some, that's what I mean, like maturing in some sort of way. And I feel like that's something that you may just need to look at, like being mature, possibly. With these kings here, there's just like these calcification though. This vibe of like taking on so much responsibility in some sort of way. The King of Wands does have this kind of like melancholic overtone to it because, you know, Wands hate to be tied down by responsibility or obligation. And it's just like, there's a part of you that would rather be adventuring, that would rather be, and so there may be just someone coming in reminding you of your adventurous spirit, or reminding someone that is like inspiring you in some sort of way. Queen of Pentacles reverse. And so there may be someone that you're responsible to, someone that you owe an answer to and owe an explanation to, possibly. Some of you, this may be like letting down a boss, or taking a pay cut, or taking a break, budgeting, budget cuts, possibly. Yeah, there could be maybe someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements is diminishing in some way in your life. Some of you are turning away from maybe someone that you were paired with in order to plant new seeds and reinvent yourself and start something new. Please clarify the King of Cups reversed. King of Cups reversed is pretty manipulative. Someone that can be really controlling, someone that can be really jealous, someone that can play a lot of games. And I feel like don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. And if there's someone in your life doing that, it's time to like turn away from them. Even look at how the King of Wands is turning away. Some of you, this may be like a stalker vibe, or someone's watching you. You maybe feel like, and I don't mean to like create fear, but you just may like feel like, damn, someone may be just like really Facebook stalking you, especially if it's like an ex, or someone that you used to go to church with, or someone that you used to work with, or someone that you used to be married to or engaged to. You may be doing a lot of snooping. Maybe someone you were in a project with, someone you went to school with, someone with Taurus or Libra placements, someone that that's what I'm saying, someone stops putting in energy, or you stop putting energy into something. And look at that, 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, because I feel like there is something about reciprocity, a theme of reciprocity coming in, where you are just, yeah, in order to receive more, you've got to let go of this old outdated pattern. And the old outdated pattern is you being petty and passive aggressive and picking fights versus just saying what you actually fucking need, Gemini. It's time to put in work on recovery. Put in work on this 8 of Pentacles is touching the Lover's card. It's time to put in work on yourself. It's time to put in work on your communication style. It's time to put in work on recovering from these previous betrayals and making sure that you're not bleeding all over people who didn't cut you, baby. Make sure that you're not ripping people apart because of how other people treated you. That you're not, you know what I mean? There just could be a need to focus on harnessing your spidey senses, harnessing your ability to detach, because it does feel like there is this harmony that wants to be restored in the realm of your physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. Also, this is public success and recognition. So I feel like there is, like, whatever work you put into letting go, the work will be recognized, it'll be noticed, and you won't, and I feel like you guys are moving towards being with people that are less superficial. There's definitely someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that I also feel like is backing away, or there may be some sort of emotional conflict that they've got to deal with. So if people are distant from you or start to back up, let them, because they have their own shit going on. They have their own darkness to mount. They have their own darkness to transmute, and you do as well, especially in the realm of your emotions, how you make money. Mercury going back into Taurus is going to bring up a lot of things, and it's time for you to, and some of those things it brings up may be painful for you to learn about yourself. There could be just some immature or very superficial or kind of snobby habits that you have that I feel like are stemmed from a place of insecurity, stemmed from a place of emotional conflict possibly. And it's time for you to explore why you do what you do when you know what you know. There's still some emotional bridge to cross. There's still some healing from maybe cheating, or healing in the realm of defense mechanisms, coping mechanisms, drinking, partying, socializing, who celebrated you, who didn't celebrate you, who gave you your flowers, who is, like being a hater, all of this shit, like all that little shit doesn't fucking matter. It feels like there is this hyper importance on you turning the darkness that is weighing you down into a vehicle forward. And the more you do that, the deeper that you're able to really like access new layers of this darkness and really transmute it into celebratory energy by way of putting yourself first. I love you, and you are worth the effort to rebuild from the destruction and the rubble. I love you. Time to co-create. These 3 4s, into a 3. Time to co-create after you establish this new layer and level of stability. I love you. You got this.